Yeah. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Peak Week. Peak Week is here. We've got to do that first regional show, so we are going to do that this weekend. And we're actually only 3 days out, which is really, really exciting. So Peak Week's already started. And this video today is going to basically be talking you through the Peak Week protocol, what we're going to be running this week, how we're going to be approaching it, and what the plan of action is moving forward. So yeah, it's going to be quite an action-packed episode. Should be getting my shorts through today as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about men's physique shorts. We're going to head to the gym. It's penultimate, the second to last training session before the show day. Georgia doesn't know. I think it is. Second to last training session. We've got to train again tomorrow. But yeah, show day number 1 is almost here. And I'm very, very excited. I'm happy with today's check-in. Food has been going up slowly throughout the week. Fatigue is dropping off. Sleep is coming back, which is exactly what Peak Week should all be about. But yeah, I'll go into more detail about that when we're actually in the gym. So yeah, let's get the day started. Gonna get some caffeine in me. And like I said, we're gonna wait for the shorts to arrive, then we're gonna hit the gym. Boom, show day shorts have arrived. So I've got 2 pairs of Vasos, 1 pair of Legacy shorts, and yeah, I'm excited to try these on. So gonna go through them all now, and like I said, we'll have a little chat afterwards. I do need to hurry up because I also need to go get my hair cut. Show day glow up is starting from today. I've been waiting to get my hair cut for ages, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Right then, boys, let's talk shorts. Now, selecting your shorts is actually a very, very important thing to do. If you get it wrong, it can actually ruin the whole look and flow of the physique on stage. So it's important to get it right. And when you're selecting shorts, I think 2 things are the most important things. So first of all, the fit, how they actually fit on your leg. And secondly, the material. If the material is wrong, it can just not sit right on your physique, and it can look a bit tacky and cheap. Okay, so selecting the right short, something in my eyeball. Selecting the right shorts is key. Now, before I talk about what I'm going to be wearing and what I'm going to be doing in the future, let's step back and talk about the past, because the men's physique shorts, they've really changed and developed over the years. Anyone that's been in the game for a while will remember how the shorts used to look back in the day. Now, the first show I did, they were like bin bags. Honestly, they were so baggy. There was no real guidance on it, and they were proper board shorts, what you wear on the beach, you know, so all the way down to the knee, very, very baggy. I'll try and find some photos to put up over the screen. And then it develops, you know, they got a little bit tighter over the years, and I'm going to talk you through what I actually wore the last time I was on stage, and they've actually changed even since then. Now, I love these shorts, okay? I've got big, fond memories of these shorts because I won every single show I did when I wore these. So I will never get rid of them, and I absolutely love them. However, they haven't kept up with the times in terms of like the way that shorts fit now, so I can't wear them. I could wear them this year, but it could potentially hurt me on stage. Basically, they're just a little bit too long and they're a little bit too loose, especially in the glute department. My glutes have grown, but they're still a little bit loose in the glutes. And like I said, they're all the way down basically to my kneecap. So I can't really wear those this year because, well, the shorts have got smaller, guys. They've got smaller and they've got tighter. Again, there is a rule out there that it has to be a certain amount of inches above the knee, but at the moment it's not being enforced. I have a feeling that it is going to start getting enforced soon. I'd rather just adhere to that rule. Plus, I actually do have some legs now, so I do want to show them off a little bit. So that brings me on to this year. Now, I've got 3 pairs of shorts here, and I've tried all of them on. I'll put the pictures over the screen. And this is what I advise everyone to do, to be fair, is find a brand and a company that you like. You'll be able to do that by going on Instagram. There's many out there. Look at what their customers say about the shorts. Look how some of the customers are wearing the shorts on stage. Are they getting good results? Do they look good? And then you can kind of make an informed decision from there. So the 2 brands that I've gone with is Legacy and Vaso. Both of these companies, I absolutely love them, right? The shorts are fantastic. The owners of the company are very, very good. So I recommend both of them. And then it's about selecting which ones you like. Now, I've gone for the same color scheme. This is basically kind of like our brand colors, GMT colors. So I do like to try and stick to that as much as possible. First of all, we got the Legacy pair. This one's a little bit more pinky. It's got black in it as well. I really like the design of these, okay? The reason why I went for these is I like the sort of like diagonal pattern on it. I think it looks quite aesthetic, and it can sort of like it's almost like an illusion. It creates more V-taper. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's kind of how I feel about it. The material is a little bit thinner, very stretchy, which is exactly what you want, and it's nice and short. Now, unfortunately for me, I will not be wearing these on stage this year. I will have to return them, not because I don't like them, I actually love them. It's just they're a little bit too small for me. I've got a 29-inch waist. These are the smallest ones that they had. And this is actually a 30 waist, but for some reason it just feels super, super tight on me. And it rides up a little bit as well. Sorry about any wind that you might be able to hear. It rides up on me as well, so it kind of makes my midsection look a little bit blocky. Now, like I said, this company do fantastic shorts, and for some people this would be bang on. But for me, I'm a little bit taller, I'm 6 foot, and like I said, for my waist size, it just doesn't quite fit. So they'll be getting returned. So again, like I said to you before, how do they fit? And for them, it's too high on my physique, okay? So next up, I've got these, which are Vasos. These, I actually custom made these, and I really, really do like them. These are probably ones that I will be wearing later on in the season, but I'm going to go for a different pair for the regional. But yeah, these are really nice. So again, I'll put the pictures over the screen. Fit is perfect. These ones are 30-inch waist again, but these do actually fit absolutely perfect. Lengthwise, very happy with them as well. Show a little, they're basically about the way you'll see it on the screen. I show a little bit of quad there. I can show you the bottom of my quads, so it shows that I actually train legs. They hug to the legs really nicely and around the glutes too. So they are a win. Like I said, these are actually, funny enough, these are custom made. And Gerald, the chap that owned them, said that basically the colour on them isn't quite how he wanted them to turn out, and I do get what he means. I think they could look a little bit better, brighter. I never said anything, but he messaged me personally and said he's actually getting them to redo it and send them out in a brighter purple, essentially. So it's kind of a bit more like the brand colours. So love that. And he said basically, because it was my birthday yesterday, he sent me these for free anyway. So absolute legend. Thank you very much, Gerald. These are the ones that I'm going to be wearing at the first show. The fit is perfect, the length is perfect, the material, like I said, it's a little bit thicker than what the Legacies do, but it's still stretchy material. And basically, guys, this is bang on. I'm hoping these ones that he sends out with the sort of brighter purple is going to be the exact same fit as this, because, like I said, he's nailed it. So you can see I haven't actually deviated too much from the 2023. The only difference now is these are a lot more fitted and a bit shorter. So that's it guys. They are the shorts for the season, and hopefully you got a little bit of an insight there on how to select your shorts. Prices really can vary. I've seen some very cheap ones out there, or about 30 quid, but again, you should be wary of that, because it's all about the material. I mean, if they look good, then they look good at the end of the day. But yeah, I've seen them as cheap as £30, and the customs that I made, for example, they're 90 quid, but they are obviously completely custom made. That's how I wanted them. Usual Vasos, I think they're around sort of like 60 to 70 pounds, and I think the Legacies are about 50 to 60. So yeah, the prices really can vary. That's kind of like the ballpark figures that you'll be looking at. I do also really like Tula wear shorts, but the shipping on those are extremely expensive. And I have found, looking at athletes wearing them, they're a little bit hit and miss with the fit as well. So if you've got to pay all that postage, I'd rather know for sure what I'm getting and be happy. So Vasos have got me again for this year, and I'm looking forward to wearing them on stage. Okay, we are in the gym. It was a bit of a stressful situation getting in here, actually, because I got my hair cut done, and it wasn't my normal guy. So the normal barbers was really, really busy, but I was in a rush. So just went to a new place, which is always a risk right before the show. Empty, so sweet, went in there. And as soon as he started cutting my hair, I regretted it, because I'm pretty sure he was drunk. And it took him an hour to cut my hair, but I think he's done okay. Has he done all right? She pulled a face. I think George is gonna have to cut the back for me. Yeah, the fade's all right, so he's done okay. Anyway, we are in the gym. Let's talk specifics about Peak Week. So we might as well start off by talking about the actual training aspect. A lot of people watching this will already know what Peak Week's all about. So it's not a magic week. However, it can actually make or break a physique. So it's not something where you should do anything drastic.
It's mostly about just pulling off inflammation, fatigue. And I'll tell you what, this is the first time I've gone into a peak week where I've genuinely felt like absolutely battered, because I've dug very hard for this condition. So basically, from the outset, he pulled away cardio, bumped my calories up to maintenance. I started feeling a little bit better. My sleep went back to 7-8 hours a night, which is perfect. And that's taken us up to today. My weight has gone up a little bit, but the looks improved from it, which is great. And today, now, he got back to me after the check-in. First day of loading, but I'll get into food shortly. The training aspect, like I say, cardio is pulled, not training anything until failure. And it's just about moving some blood around. So I did push on Monday, pull on Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. We're just going to be running an upper body pump session, and we're probably going to do the same thing tomorrow. So it's not going to be the most exciting session, but during the course of the session, I'll talk about what we're doing with the food, and I'll also talk about what everyone likes to hear about, the drug side of things as well, the PEDs, and we'll do a little physique update at the end, and we'll probably round the video off there. So yeah, 5 minutes walking on here, just warm up a little bit because it's always a little bit chilly in here, and we'll get into the session. So I spoke earlier about how peak weeks, like, it can make or break a physique. Only if you're ready. You have to be ready. Otherwise there's no point in doing a peak week. And in terms of like making it, don't expect miracles. But if you nail it, it can give you that extra percent, which can get you to win. But you should never make big gambles to get that extra 1%. Me personally, I've never run pharmaceutical diuretics. I've never needed to. And that's something I'll probably always stand by. So it's just such a huge risk. I've seen many people use it. If you take that gamble, that roll of the dice can backfire massively. So I don't take gambles with that personally. And in terms of like the general process of it, we've already started that in terms of washing off fatigue. That's step one. Step number 2 is loading, which I've started doing today. Step number 3 is pulling off water, presenting on stage. So we're at step number 2. Got 800 grams of carbs going in today. I've only had 1 carb meal so far, and I feel it. I'm starting to feel pretty good. I'm starting to feel like I can actually have muscle that I can squeeze and contract again. So yeah, this should be a fun session. Oh, it's actually quite hard mentally to not push yourself when you finally got carbs back in the system. I really want to push myself today and actually have a good training session, but it's just going to be counterproductive. When you're in a position where you're starting to load the food, there's no point in wasting all that food pushing for progressions now. You're not going to build muscles, so you've got to mentally hold yourself back, which is tough, but it's all a necessary part of it. But I am looking forward to off-season. Got big plans on which I want to grow. But for now, we focus on the task at hand. Going to do 2 back exercises today, 2 chest exercises, 1 delts, 1 bicep, 1 tricep. Done. Another thing we haven't really spoke about is sodium content. So I've got to weigh out 11 grams of salt each day. And it's easier to actually just start your day off by doing this. So if you weigh it out in the morning and then you just evenly spread it out across your meals across the day, that's the easiest way to stay nice and consistent with that. And the same thing for your fluids. If you have, like, for example, I've got a 2-litre water jug. I've got to drink 6 litres today, 3 times, done, right? I do have my intra, which is another 500 mils. So I will be going over a little bit, but I'll let him know. I'll let the coach know that, so it's all good. So yeah, you can see that in peak week, everything needs to be fine-tuned. Sodium, water, the exact amount of food that's going in, your training intensity. So if you get it all right, it can just bring a much fresher physique to the stage and also allow you to manipulate the certain variables that you want to manipulate to bring your best look. Getting a good squeeze on each rep again. That's a lovely feeling. Anyone that goes for a prep knows that, you know, when you go flat for a while, which is a necessary part of getting lean, when you've got energy again, it feels amazing. So, should we talk about drugs? Let's talk about drugs, the fun bit. So, not much has changed in terms of the androgen load. Moved over to shorter esters in the lead up to the show. And it's just a slightly reduced amount. So I usually pin 3 times in a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. This week it's just, I'm pulling 1 pin out. So I'm just pinning Monday and Wednesday. So the mass on the test has been reduced. The AI has been upped. So Arimidex has been increased to 1 milligram a day. I am feeling that. I am feeling that a little bit. I'm not a big fan of bringing estrogen down, but following the coach's protocol, and it's only for a short time period. It's only for this peak week, and then that gets reduced back down again anyway. Winstrol and Anavar is still in, with the addition from today, Superdrol, bringing out the big guns. Fucking love Superdrol. It's one of my favorite things, but it cannot be used long term. It is quite liver toxic. And in this instance, I'm only using it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so 4 days, which isn't a lot. For the pro qualifier, I will use it for the week in the lead up to the show. And I just use it in peak weeks, basically. In some circumstances, if my season was shorter, I'd use it for 2 weeks in the lead up to a big show. But for this one, yeah, like I said, just 4 days. And then the pro qualifier, which is in 2 weeks, I'll use it for 1 week leading up into it, because Superdrol is very, very good at what it does. It makes you look harder, drier, more vascular. In the gym, it actually seems to give me more energy and more power output, but that could be the combination of the carbs that usually go in peak week as well. It could be that, but there is a trade-off. For it being so effective and so good, it's also very liver toxic, so you cannot use it long term. Certainly don't want to ever use it in an off season, because it can absolutely crash your appetite. So no point in using it in off season, back end of a prep only, peak week ideally only. Oh, lovely machine this one. Cybex arm curl. If you ever get a chance to use one, it's probably my favourite bicep machine. If you haven't had a chance to check out this gym, by the way, yet, if you're ever near the Cheltenham area, I definitely recommend it. It's one of the best gyms I've been in the UK. It's one of the reasons why we moved here. First of all, to be central to get to all the client shows, but also for this gym, environment is everything. There's quite a few IFBB pros that train in here. I want to be an IFBB pro. It makes sense to be surrounded by people that you want to be like. JP's always training in here, and that guy's an animal, absolute animal. Never seen the intensity like it. When he's going for a top set, the whole gym knows about it. He's literally shouting and screaming, which is cool, you know. I like being around passionate people. So yeah, it's a great gym. If you ever get a chance, definitely come check it out. be worth the trip. So this is probably my favorite exercise. No matter how battered I feel in a prep, no matter how depleted I am, how flat I am, this is one of the exercises that will always give me a connection still and a bit of a pump. So yeah, I really like this one. I haven't done any overhead pressing in a long time. Probably like consistently, I haven't overhead pressed for maybe 2 years, 3 years. My delts have all been built basically through doing this exercise, dumbbell lateral raises and pin loaded lateral raises. But this one, it is my favorite. So I'll do 4 sets here and then that'll be it for the session. And we'll get in the poser room, do a little physique update. Again, it's hard to hold yourself back. I really wanted to do a few more there because it was feeling good, but doing as I'm told, doing as I'm told. Tell you what though, this bodes well for backstage. For one carb meal, I'm starting to feel fuller. I'm looking forward to seeing what will happen after a couple of days of loading. This backstage should be an almighty pump. The plan of action is, which I don't know if this is all going to lay out yet because it will depend on how I respond each day. But we're doing today a load in, like I said, 800 grams of carbs. See how I look tomorrow morning. He said that he's potentially going to do a 2-day load, so potentially the same again. And then Friday will probably be a wash-off day to let that midsection tighten back up again. But yeah, it'll depend on how I look each day. He runs things a little bit differently to me. Usually I try and bring athletes in early, run a practice peak week. So yeah, he's running things slightly differently, but all is good. So far, so good. So I'm just going to keep following the plan and we'll see how we look tomorrow. I anticipate I'll probably be up quite a bit tomorrow, but if the visuals are still good, no reason why we can't potentially run the same again, but all will be up to him. That's what I'm paying him for. I'll just do as I'm told. Just follow the plan, focus on being the athlete, which is actually quite nice. It is quite nice because I do have full trust in him. Usually I have to make the decisions myself, and that can take a little bit of, a little bit of mental stress sometimes. You know, are you worried that you're making the right call, you're not making the right call? Whereas this time, I've hired him because it's, I'm going for the biggest shows I've ever done before, going for an IFBB Pro card. These small decisions can have a big impact on how your physique looks, and I'd rather not make those decisions myself. So, whatever he says goes. Oh, so here we are then, guys. 3 days out from show number 1. Hopefully the camera's okay here. Angle it down a little bit. It's still a little physique update. Now I've got a bit of pump. I know you saw me this morning, but I look different after a little bit of food, water, and a bit of a pump. Of course, everyone always does look different then. Okay. So there we go. There we go. Obviously, I've got a lot more filling to do. This is only
one carbohydrate meal in so far, but I'm really happy with the way this prep has gone. To tell you the truth, I still think for the pro qualifier in 2.5 weeks time, I'll come in a little bit tighter again. Longer exposure on androgens as well, I'll still be a little bit better, a little bit drier. So I don't think I'm quite 100%, but this is still easily the best I've ever looked. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do really. So whatever will be, will be. Gonna go back now, get some food in, and then follow the rest of the plan for peak week. 3 days out, guys. The next time you see me will be the show day vlog, which is super exciting. So thanks for watching. As always, guys, if you are enjoying these videos, make sure you subscribe. Massively appreciate it. I am actually going to be really on YouTube from now on. I know I've said that a few times, but I'm actually quite enjoying this. I've got like a big plan, even after this season finishes, to grow the YouTube channel. So appreciate all the support, and I'll see you in the next video, the show day vlog.